Ever enjoyed a weapon so much you wish you could carry two? Or how about four? Maybe you wish you can carry more munitions for a specific weapon than just refilling it with the ammo crate. What's going on, everybody? In this episode, I will show you how to carry two same weapons in just 4 steps, and you can have different attachments for each one. So let's begin. Step 1. First and foremost, you need money, about $12,000 to $15,000, because that's how much it costs to buy 2 weapons of your choice with all 5 attachments on each one. That sounds a lot, but it's not. Moving on to step 2. Like your usual play, head to the store and buy your first weapon of choice with all 5 of its attachments. For your first primary weapon, you can gradually or slowly build it after each wave, since you gain money slowly when playing with other players. You don't have to buy all attachments at once. The reason I say this is because there is an issue to look out for, but don't worry about it for now. I'll discuss that soon. In this example, my loadout for the Kilo 1-for-1 is for close range targets. So for optics, I'll go with the Viper reflex sight. For muzzle, monolithic suppressor. Underbarrel, the M203 40mm incendiary. For ammunition, the 100 round drums. And finally, for perk, FMJ. Once that's done, head back to the camping location and clear the next wave or so, since the 30-second break time to shop isn't really enough time to fully upgrade both weapons. On to step 3. Now, before buying your secondary duplicate weapon, make sure there's a weapon on the ground that you can swap your primary weapon. If not, wait for the last 2 enemies and allow them to get close before you take them down. Lastly, step 4. Swap your main weapon with the enemy weapon on the ground. After you clear the wave, quickly take that weapon to the weapon store. Look for your primary weapon again, which in this case, the Kilo 1-for-1. You will notice it doesn't show any attachments that you bought previously for your first primary weapon. This means it works and time to buy your duplicate weapon. You may buy the same attachments or, like me, buy similar attachments but change the optics to integral hybrid for mid-range targets. Head back to where the primary weapon was swapped, switch to the secondary weapon, and swap for the primary weapon on the ground. And there you have it. Now I have a Kilo 1-for-1 for close range and mid-range targets along with combined ammo, since they share the same munition. And that applies to the underbarrel, such as grenade or incendiary launchers as well. What about weapons with Akimbo perk? As you have seen at the beginning of this video, here I attach a different laser to each set of Psychos so I can differentiate them. With 4 Psychos, my total munition has doubled from 240 to 480. For those curious about the loadouts, I added the compensator to 1 set to minimize recoil. For the barrel, Sorokin 140mm auto, ammunition, 80 round drums, laser. For this set, I go with the 1 laser for the red color. The other set will be 5, which the laser will be in green. And for perk, Akimbo. With this setup, the Psychos are fun, but they still kick like a mule. And even worse without the compensator attachment to reduce recoil. Great for close range though. I tried duplicating the PKM because I was curious about the 600 round inventory. Unfortunately, the maximum storage of bullets is 1023 instead of 1200. With both PKMs carrying 200 rounds in each drum, that's a total above 1,400 rounds, which should last you about 3 to 4 waves without an ammo crate. As I mentioned earlier, there is an issue to look out for, and that is when you show up to the store, the weapon store, to add the rest of the attachments, only to see that there's no attachments on the gun, even though they are clearly on the weapon. In this example, I was able to buy 4 attachments for the Psychov instead of 5 due to limited time. After clearing the next wave, head back to the store to buy the last attachment, which is the Akimbo perk. I noticed my attachments didn't show up, or the store thinks there are no attachments on the weapon. If I buy 1 attachment for it, the store will remove all attachments except for the one I just bought. With limited time, I have to return on my next break to buy all attachments at once to get the full loadout on the gun. So save up and buy all attachments in one break time to avoid wasting money. That concludes this video. See you in the next episode.